guys, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't watched my videos before, then my name is Simserlee. Today we are building a not so berry house. This is for the mint generation. So basically in December I want to build a house for every single generation of the not so berry generation, so it's 10 generations. For me, it's going to be posted on like a Saturday, Sunday, so I don't know where that's going to be for you, but basically I'm posting one today, one tomorrow, and then every week of December, those same 2 days. So today we're doing the mint generation, and basically the point of the challenge, if you don't know it, is just to create a sim that is like kind of based around a color. Like everything in their life is based around this color, like their hairstyle, their clothes, their house, everything like that. So I'll look up the rules, but basically the first generation is a mint generation. So they're a I can't say this word, mischievous scientist that loves the color mint. Basically they're like career driven. They love luxury and want the best for themselves and their family. So they go through the scientist trait, so the scientist career, and they have the aspiration of chief of mischief. So they're kind of like a scientist that loves practical jokes, I guess. So basically I made this house like kind of tailored around what you would need if you were playing this challenge and you were doing the mint generation. So although this is a challenge, it doesn't actually say you have to start with X amount of money. It just says you can use career cheats, but just don't make it excessive. That's why this isn't a starter house, even though it is the first generation. I felt like if the mint girl is so into luxury, then she's not gonna have a starter home. She's gonna have like a nice big house. Like it's actually not that big, but it is really expensive. But it says in the challenge, like, just start with free real estate on. So it's fine. You can use the house. It's not cheating. But basically, because they're the scientist career, I made sure I included like some science things. Like there's a study downstairs that I furnished later that you'll see that basically has like a scientist like little lab set. It's got the elements collection because you have to complete the elements collection, which is like the worst part of the challenge. I actually didn't find it that hard. I know a lot of people say they're stuck on it for ages. Me personally, like I've done it twice, the elements collection. The first time was a lot harder than the second time because the second time I just got lucky because there's one impossible element that you can like never get because you're supposed to go to like this alien world, but I got lucky and I got it from someone in the science career. But yeah, everyone like always says that they hate the elements collection and it's like impossible. So I made sure I put in one of those elements collection thingos in the laboratory. And then what else is in there? The science lab. I also made sure I included the chess table because I think one of the things is that you have to complete the logic skill. I think you have to complete the logic skill and the mischief skill, and I couldn't really put anything to help you complete the mischief skill because there's not really an item that I don't think so, not that I know of, that helps you complete the mischief skill apart from basically the computer. So yeah, there's a computer, so you can still do it. Also, I spent so long on fences, like trying to get a fence that matched like a modern household, but I couldn't because there are no good fences. And that was sped up. Like imagine how long that took me in real time. It was ridiculous. I also wanted to do a modern house because if you look on my channel, basically every single build is like this typical suburban house, and I wanted to do a modern one because I actually find it a lot easier in The Sims 4 to furnish a modern house. It's just I think there's more like furniture that fits a modern house. So yeah, it was a lot easier to furnish it. Actually, I didn't really do the bedrooms very modern, but I did like the main spaces pretty modern. And actually, even though this house looks pretty big, it's really just because of the tall walls. Like, there's not actually a lot of like living area. I'm trying to stop saying like, I'm sorry. There's not that much living area. When I was trying to do the living room, or I guess kind of where the TV is, whatever you call that, with couches and TV, when I was trying to furnish that, it was actually pretty difficult because like one of those 3 long couches couldn't even fit in it with where I'd put the stairs. So I think because basically I did that little, what would you call it? Like an outdoor room inside. I'm doing it now. Where I basically put some trees and some leaves, some flowers and some garden pots, because I felt like she's a vegetarian, she loves mint, and she's a scientist, so she's gonna be pretty good at the gardening skill. So I wanted to give her a bit more of like a natural feel to the house, if that makes sense. Make it feel a bit more outdoorsy than it would be if it was just modern. So I put in like that kind of sunroof, but it's not a sunroof. I don't even know what you'd call it, but it reminds me, if any of you guys have seen the movie When a Stranger Calls, the one where she's babysitting and it's in like that massive modern house that's so beautiful, and then inside of the house there's like a little room that's technically outdoors that has this kind of koi pond, which is like sick, but also now I'm really like freaking myself out because I'm remembering that movie. So yeah, I'm gonna stop talking about the movie because I actually am like scaring myself. It's like 11:30 at night. And then I also make sure that I do a bedroom that fits the next generation, which I want to do in every single house. So the next generation is the Rose generation. And just to give you a quick overview, they have everything they want as a child, but they have a hard time committing to relationships, and they're a workaholic. So they're kind of like a romantic and a politician. So yeah, I'm gonna make the next house pretty soon, but I made sure I made the bedroom kind of like rose themed, but I didn't really fit it to what they would need. But I guess for the political career, what do you need? Or like preparing for the political career, all you really need is a mirror, because you'd want to get your charisma skill up. So that's fine. When I'm looking at my build, I don't know if you guys do this that make sim videos, but you look back at something you built and you're just thinking like, why did I do that? Those mismatched chairs are so ugly. Oh well, regrets. I really like the bathroom though. Really like the bathroom. Okay, now that I've talked about the build, I'm gonna just complain for like a few minutes because today I was probably the most annoyed that I have been probably ever in my life. So basically what happened is, if you guys don't know this, then like you probably don't watch my channel because I talk about it in every video, but I just finished my degree. I did a Bachelor of Nursing, or I thought I just finished, but I got an email today that basically said, you have a makeup placement next week. And so if you don't know how nursing works, when you're doing your degree, you do these things called placements where you get put into hospitals and you're a student nurse, so you're not allowed to do anything without a registered nurse saying, yes, you can do that. But by the time you're in 3rd year, and also you don't get paid, so it kind of sucks. I take 4 patients, which is how many a normal nurse getting paid would take. And because I'm at the end of my career, it's so annoying because in like 2 weeks, I would do the exact same thing, but get paid like $30 an hour, but I'm getting paid nothing. So it's really annoying. But I thought I was completely done with uni, and I was like so happy because like you get to the end of something that you've been working hard at for 3 years. Obviously you're pretty relieved that it's over. And now she's this like woman that is at my university, who actually I already contacted because I missed 3 days of placement and you have to do a certain amount of hours. And so I contacted her and I said, hi, I've missed this many days. Do I have to do a makeup placement? And she said no. And I was like, awesome, cool, I'm done. And then I get an email today saying that I have a makeup placement. And I'm just like, oh, no one even told me. It's scheduled a week from today, or from when I'm recording this. So basically, like, I have a job. I can't just take a week off with like no notice to my boss. Like, my boss is going to be pretty annoyed. So I was just so annoyed. And like, I just happened to be checking my emails because I'm finished with uni. I shouldn't really have to check my uni emails. I just happened to check it. And then the woman that I emailed saying, you said I didn't have to do placement. Can I just clarify an extra placement? Can I clarify whether I do or I don't? She's not even in the office until like Wednesday. So basically, I'm only going to get 2 days notice of whether I'm going on this placement or not. And it's not close to my house. It's like 2 hours from my house. So I would have to book. I'm so annoyed. But yeah. Oh, and the other thing is when I emailed her, it sent me back an email straight away, except it went to my junk mail. So I only just happened to like look in my junk mail and see that it was in there. Is that the email sent back straight away saying she's not even in the office and I have to email someone else. I was like, well, it went straight to my junk mail. Like, so I basically could have just been sitting waiting. It's so bad. And I actually need to get it done like quickly because I already have a job that starts in January. So I need to be registered in time for that, and registration takes time. So basically, it's just super annoying, and I'm just so annoyed at the woman right now. Like, she told me I didn't have to do it. Like, ugh, can't get over it. Sorry for my rant, but literally the most annoyed I've ever been in my life, I reckon. Like, but you know how you get annoyed at unreasonable things when you're a teenager? I think this is reasonable. I was so annoyed. I still am so annoyed. I'll probably be so annoyed forever. If I have to do the placement, I'll probably have like the worst attitude going there. Especially because I technically am finished. Like, I'm just as qualified as someone who should be getting paid. Which sucks, but yeah. It's funny when you're finishing up your degree, you meet some people that you're just like, wow, you did your degree? You sure? Because people just tell it, like, obviously you're there to learn, and being a student, you barely know anything, like, you have so much to learn, but you ask people questions and they give you answers just because they want to give you an answer, and it's like, a lot of the time it's wrong, and like, you know it's wrong. You're just like, don't think so. Or sometimes you just ask questions to clarify because like buddy nurses will just tell you all the time, like, you need to ask more questions, and then so you just ask questions that you know the answers to so that they're like happy, and then they tell you the wrong answer and you're like, okay. But you're like, I'm 100% that is not correct. Also, can we talk about the fact that there are not very many there's no mint items like in furnishing, but there's not very many nice, even like greeny kind of colored items. Like those, like there's not a single bed that is usable in a green color, and those, what are they called? Like curtains are disgusting. And then I try and use these ones and I change them, don't worry, they don't look good at all. They look like they don't fit the window, that's for sure. But there's lots of good green paintings, especially with the cats and dog update. But here, this is where I try and do the living room, and I just can't. Like, because it's like a big modern kind of house. I thought it should have like a big nice TV and a big kind of living room space area, but I couldn't make it work. So it's got maybe 4 seats in the living room. Sorry. It's got a massive dining room though. You can have like 8 people eat at the dining table. But if you want to watch TV, you can only have 4 people. Yeah, this is basically the seating that it ends up with. Which now looking back at it, I should have just done an L-shaped couch. And I don't know why I didn't. Like kind of a DIY L-shaped couch. No idea why I didn't. Also, another issue is there are no nice green rugs, because like a lot of the greens in the game are very bright, like forest greens, and I can't use that. Like, that's disgusting. It's not disgusting, but I can't use that in my house. I just can't. Not in a modern house, you know? I changed the floorboards as well because it's looking very white. I think it kind of looks cool when there's that like white walls and then the mint kind of green and then that like, oh, what would you call it? Really light brown wood. I like that. I think that looks really good. I do it in the bathrooms as well. I think the colours go really nicely together. Voiceovers are hard. My favourite part, I think, is coming up, is when I do, I don't know what to call it, but in the middle of the house, how there's like an outdoor-indoor garden. That's my favourite part. I really like it. Maybe I'll just end the voiceover here. I think I will, because voiceovering's way too hard. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. And I hope I didn't annoy you guys too much with my rant. But I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, chickens!